Dear students, I give lecture on Introduction to Voltage and Reactive Power Control. This topic comes under Module 4, second half. In the introductory part, first we study about the importance of voltage and reactive power control. You already know what is mean by voltage, what is the reactive power. Now we studied about the importance of voltage and reactive power control. Both utility and the consumer, that is the customer equipment designed to operate at a certain voltage rating, long time operation outside allowable range could cause them damage only. So we have to control the voltage and reactive power. The lamp characteristics are very sensitive, which are used in domestic or industry, whatever may be, because of the changes of voltage. So therefore the life of the lamp may be reduced by 50%. That's why we have to control the voltage. The power load consisting of induction motors, the voltage variation may cause stay operation. That means either industry or the domestic service. Okay, in the domestic service, ceiling fan, water pump motor, and then toys, the motor used in toys, in industries, everything, and all the induction motor, 3-phase or single phase induction motor only used is nothing but the power load. So therefore the voltage variation occurs. That's why we control the voltage. Because of two wide variations of the voltage cause excessive heating of the electrical device, such as a distribution transformer. The transformer which are used to distribute the electric power is known as the distribution transformers. So due to the variation of the voltage which causes the heating, that is like distribution transformers. And then the system stability is satisfactory voltage levels, and the reactive power control have significant impact on the stability. If you want to maintain the stability of the power system means definitely that means we have to maintain the voltage. Okay, and then reactive power, because the power is divided into two parts. One is real power, another one is the reactive power. The reactive power is denoted by the letter capital letter Q, and then the formula for the reactive power for single phase power is equal to Q is equal to VI sin pi, and then the for three phase system root 3 VL IL sin pi. The unit is kilovolt ampere reactive. So if you want to maintain the stability, so we have to maintain the voltage and then reactive power. The reactive power flow is minimized so as to reduce I squared R loss and I squared X losses to a practical minimum that ensures the transmission system operates efficiently. If you want the transmission system operate efficiently, we have to minimize the reactive power control. How it is possible? We have to reduce the I squared R loss, that is the copper loss. Okay, and then I squared X loss. This is depending upon the reactance losses. I squared R losses depending upon the current and resistance losses. Okay. Now we studied about what is the importance of the reactive power. Okay, why we have to control the reactive power. So before we have to control the reactive power, we should know what is the importance of the reactive power. Okay, so the circulating power in the grid, that means it does no useful work. That means grid is nothing but whenever we are having the shortage of power, that time the grid is connected to the electricity which supply the power to the consumer. Then the result from the energy storage elements in the power gate, that is mainly inductors and capacitor, because the resistor dissipates the power only. That's why we have to measure the power across the resistor. Resistor is not a energy storage elements. The inductors and the capacitor only are called as a energy storage elements. The energy is stored in the inductor in the electrostatic field, but a capacitor means the energy is stored in electrostatic field. Inductor means the energy stored in the electromagnetic field. If for capacitor the energy is stored in the so that means static field only. So therefore the results from the energy storage elements in the power grid, and then it has a strong effect on the system voltage. That is the importance of the reactive power only. And then it must balance in the grid to prevent voltage problems. And then the reactive power levels have an effect on voltage collapses. For example, in the industries, they have to use capacitor bank for boost of the power factor. Because if the reactive power, that means consumer, that means the industry, high voltage consumer consume more reactive power, means they paid several thousands of the amount to the electricity board. That's why they are using reactive power improvement devices such as synchronous condensers, synchronous generators, synchronous motors, capacitor bank, condenser. These are the some examples of the reactive power improvement devices which are used in the high voltage service consumers. What is the difference between the real power and the reactive power? Then only we understood the importance of the reactive power and control. So the real power can be delivered over much greater distances only, but the reactive power distributed throughout the system. That's why the reactive power is very, very important, and control also. And then the real power, that means the generation of the real power requires conversion from some energy sources. For example, thermal. Thermal means what? Heat energy is converted into electrical energy. Nuclear means what? The nuclear energy converted into electrical energy. In wind means what? The wind energy converted into electrical energy. The hydro generator, that is nothing but the hydraulic energy converted into electrical energy. So therefore, the generation of the real power requires conversion from some energy sources, but the reactive power requires almost no energy to produce. This is the major difference between the real power and reactive power. Now from this one you can clearly understood what is the importance of the reactive power and reactive power control. What is the reactive power byproduct of alternating current? Transformers, transmission lines, motors require reactive power only. The transformers and the transmission line introduce inductance. We already know inductance is the energy storage element only. Okay. Then as well as the resistance oppose the flow of current. Okay. The resistance opposes the flow of current. The inductance also opposes the flow of flux. Okay. Then must raise the voltage higher to push the power through the inductance of the line. That means the capacitance is introduced to offset inductance. For the transmission of power, higher the voltage need to be raised. Okay. And then the electric motors need reactive power to produce magnetic field for their operations. Okay. So this is the reactive power is byproduct of alternating current systems. Now, in order to achieve efficient and reliable operation of the power system, the voltage control and the reactive power control should satisfy the following objective. Then only we can maintain our power system efficiently and we can give the reliable operation. That means the reliable operation get from the power system. So the voltages at all the terminals of all the equipments which are used in the power system are within the acceptable limit. The acceptable limit means, that means for example, if a single phase means voltage is equal to 200 or 210 or 220. This is the standard voltage. For three phase system means 400, 415 or 440. This is the standard voltage range. So you have to maintain. This is the accessible limit only. So we have to maintain the voltage at all the terminals of all the equipments in the power system are within the accessible limit. Then only we can give security to the power system. Then we are getting reliable operation from the power system. Then our power system also works efficiently. Then the system stability is enhanced to maximize utilization of the transmission system. Okay, the stability, we can maintain the voltage, we can maintain the reactive power. Okay, then only that means the system stability then enhanced to maximum utilization of the transmission system. Okay, then the third objective is the reactive power flow is minimized. How to minimizing? We have to reduce I squared R loss and I squared X losses. Okay, the I squared R losses due to resistance element, I squared X losses due to reactance X. So if you have to reduce these two losses, automatically we have to minimize the reactive power flow. Students, I hope that in this lecture video you clearly understood the what do you mean by voltage, what do you mean by reactive power, and then what is the importance of voltage, what is the importance of reactive power, and then what is the importance of voltage control and reactive power control. Okay, if you want to achieve efficient and reliable operation of the power system, means what are the objectives, that means the voltage control and the reactive power control should satisfy the what are the objective, three objectives. Thank you students for watching this video.